It seems like we're ready for our grand finals. It's Vertigo to kick things off between Big and Fnatic. Fnatic on that CT side as we get into the pistol round.
Fnatic, they've struggled in pistols, Jay. 4 wins and 10 losses so far in the event, but this time it's the grand final. Can things change?
We'll see whether it can. Glocks leaning forward, keto looking for that contact, wrapping around from the alley position. Try and take that first contact. Big are super passive on this A site.
You can just see the way that now with Big gaining that ramp control, allowing themselves, even Sin, to get the smoke down to the right-hand side. This is going to have to be a heavy retake setup from Fnatic.
Smokes on the main cross, Fasher and Mezzi forming up to try hold the defensive. Backup is a little bit further away. The taps are coming through blind against Tabson though. They've done some damage. The HGs are at the ready, but the counter Molotovs are also in play.
And that's going to try and break the setup ever further back, allow those HGs to not go off just yet. And now for Big, it's about getting into those post-party positions and wasting time with the bomb down.
And just those taps on Tabson for the time being the main damage being done to Big. Mezzi, again, trying to take point. They've yet to reveal their hand in Fnatic.
It all comes down to that crane smoker out towards the alley in position. Give themselves the coverage to get back onto the bomb.
It's a perfect smoke for it as well. Mezzi making his way up, trying to get in amongst that smoke. Onto the defuse perhaps. He's tapped it. He's stuck here. Keto, 1 kill. Nothing else coming through. Mezzi's still on the bomb and he's held it together for Fnatic as they sneak it out to start this match. His second kill of the game, finding Tabson, looking around for a whole lot more. That Tech 9 getting picked up next to them. The 5-on-3 will gain ourselves for the CT forces. It's all going the way of Roy, the birthday boy, getting everything that he finds, looking for the ace and he'll land it. Pep's
not take many casualties at all and look to strengthen come the next rifle round.
Tabson picked up first by Roy. Niko's taking swing face. Crimbo's the Eagle catches him with his head turned away. So 4-on-4 being gained.
You can see the way that Fasher's coming in quickly with the re-assistance. Even some util going down towards those sandbags is going to drive Fnatic a little bit further forward into the crossfires of Crimbo.
Stop them from getting in towards alley position. The Deagle trying to take face for him. Positions up, 60 seconds to play with. Fasher holding his nerve back at Sniper's Nest. Does spot one, spray does a ton of damage to Sin, but not quite able to find the kill.
Now check out the way that Fnatic aren't really overextending here at all, being very passive on the defensive hold. They've even got a third player of that for Mars to be the next linchpin from the elevators angle.
Flashes to continue suppression here. Roy does find Keto, reducing Big to only 3 players. Fasher finally gets involved, finishing off the job against Sin. Farven falling all the same, and Crimbo left alone in the 1-on-4. Trying to look for any sort of exit, do some sort of damage here, Dwayne, but I don't think that's going to come through.
It doesn't seem like it at all. Fnatic looking rock solid in the first few rounds of the game. And Crimbo up against the crane player towards the left-hand side. Pepsor's going to drop him. Up 10, it's going to be very quick in for a split in mid.
Sin and Tabson straight up. Tabson will go falling first, but Sin catches Fasher trying to escape. That's now an AK on the T side to work with.
It seems like they want to try and slow it down. Even Roy to peek back out towards the elevator, sees exactly what's going on. Incendiary down, he still gets the safety.
And AWP and Nikodos can strike. Silver Fnatic, but they've traded places with the T side line. Keto finally gets that AWPer, and Farman swings around the corner to drop them now to 2 players on Fnatic, get that bomb down and all.
They beat them with pace. What an excellent round this has been so far from Big. Now you've got Mezzi and Cove, him and Pep sort of try and work together. There's still an aggressive sightline coming through from Keto. It's all about breaking this setup apart.
Slow but sure, they creep their way forward, trying to find a pick to even up the man standing. And Mezzi can't do it against Farvin. Pepzor suddenly alone, 1-on-3. Fragged up by Keto. And that's their first on the board of Big.
And wait, Mezzi already getting that first pick. They don't know about Roy just yet.
Free-firing general positions in the behind smoke angles. Roy does catch Keto ahead. 1 small gap there between the tops and the smoke itself. And a 5-on-3 has been gained by Fnatic. Tabson is trying to hunt down Fasher, but he's unsuccessful. Drops the bomb for it, and the CTs are taking full control.
Oh, the AWP goes down. Roy might just have to keep fighting him and Fasher to establish the crossfire. And nothing that Big can do off of the back of that one. And how far...
It's careful placement back in that mid position.
And Mezzi just trying to spam down out towards the B side, just in case there's a follow-up lurk. And even up towards the tight. You can see Roy just slightly overextending towards the brigade. Ends up falling. Fasher then just gets caught by Tabson as well.
Oh, he's picking them all up. Looking towards the outside to hold his nerve, hold his position, and Fnatic are just backing out of here. Bomb down, nothing Fnatic can do.
And this for Big is now the opportunity to take more weapons out of the round. Look at Farfen. They keep progressing him. He should at least drop 1 more.
Could be a chance to get 1 exit for Mezzi. They'll upgrade to that AK-47. Appropriate time to do so. Get a little bit more firepower going in the next round for Fnatic. They have a little bit of money basis to potentially drop, but the loss bonus being so low does not mean it's going to be an easy buyback.
And we could be going back and forth for a few rounds here. That swing of momentum, breaking both teams' economies. And we always know it's going to be a little bit rougher, more of a challenge when you're on the CT side, if that's the case.
Second up. Big going to establish themselves now in this game.
Getting aggressive down towards the stairs. We haven't seen much when it comes to info plays outside of the ramp control. Very passive, very cautious here from Big.
AWP and nykytilan happy to play to that caution, sitting back at the alley control, having Roy with smoke at the ready. Flashes will come in, will drive that Orba back. Incendiary smoke combination, going to try to suppress vision. The AWP will still hold its nerve. Roy sees one. Cinders get caught though. Close range from Fasher, the same as nykytilan starts fragging away with a 3K. Not quite the quadra, but Fasher and Roy are there to clean up the last two. It's all on Crimbo and a 1-on-4. And there's Roy with his pick. Big backhand. Pixels away from either player taking contact. That AK's hunting for him. Molotov set. Fasher shoulder baiting, does swing back. Pepsor is at least in for a trade, and Sin is low HP.
And Pepsor might try and rephrase. Even Messi being out here towards quad, drops that bomb at white.
Massive frag for them, taps into full. Needs a second, that's what he'll get as well. Tech 9 to face an AK and all. Pepsor still fragging. Back towards mid, Sin will drop it. Keto is not far behind him. The kill.
He's going to double dip back in, try and see for a little bit more. Might have to end up backing off here. Put more pressure down with the util. Already some rotates coming through. Fasher on the way.
Roy just sitting here. nykytilan is up. Stella so far, certainly not missing Ali. Second frag found, close quarters against Kimbo. Doesn't quite work out to the triple, but Fasher and Roy once again have his back towards side, back towards ramp.
Always on the front foot here towards the tarps.
Molly sent, Roy wrapping in, Keto. Dived away past the smoke, Roy unawares of how close they really are, but they'll start to hit the utility. Try and catch off taps and he'll get him. Keto does counter dink back. Advantage still sits with Fnatic, and finally that trade will come in with Mezzi taking further damage. nykytilan might get pressured here. Still looks in for Keto, and Keto finds the pick.
Even on low HP, he feels like he's got a moment there to start slightly over-peaking. And Fasher, he can start relaying over. Well, they haven't actually acted. Now, while that's happening, look at what Mezzi's done. He's taken that counter-action of aggressing down from B. This means both of the A players, Fasher and Pepsor, can play together.
Holding his position backed up. Fasher making his move in. Sin right there, captures the casualty. Pepsor's very close though, could still find these trades. Fnatic might give him another good fight here. Sin is going to get picked up. Pepsor taking a bit of damage back to return, but a 2-on-2 scenario is gained. And Mezzi continues his hunt.
And now it's the patience game. Crimbo trying to see if he can clear up as much of that site as possible, give him an angle onto the likes of Pepsor and win exactly that.
Now how does Mezzi win this clutch if he does win it at all? Bomb goes down. Of course it would do. And he's made no noise here. They don't know he's coming in from the back.
He's got to try and have some trigger discipline, try and isolate both of these players individually, and get up towards Ali and deal with the first.
Nah, Keto doesn't even let him go that far. Decent. Flashes forward to the smokes, taps in. Straight up with that AK, M4's in. nykytilan finds that opening pick once again. Being tagged up behind the smoke stone, finding a gap to play with. Tapson is low. nykytilan's also tagged, but he has Fasher right behind him and all. AWP scope in, and Sin's just not ready for it. Fnatic with staggered aggression, getting ahead of that smoke and just ripping them apart again. It's another 5-on-2.
And nykytilan looking for more. Waiting for that impact to just continue to rain out. And remember what happened yesterday against Astralis. Think about that first half of Mirage, the first map of the series. What did we see? Aggression towards A ramp, aggression towards Connector, aggression towards Palace. On the CT side, they were positive. They were looking for fights. They were always on the front foot. And that's exactly what they're doing here again on Vertigo.
60 seconds remaining. Crimbo trying to prod forward. The flashes are going over. Roy's M4 trying to spot for them. Crimbo leaning up. Does see him, but Roy backs off.
And for Big, they've just got to be able to try and siphon and punish any of these overpeakers. Roy to peek right back into the angle. Crimbo does catch him.
HP advantage always going to favour Big there. Smoke in towards the elevators, indicating they're going to go towards that B site. You've got one player that's trying to counter-aggress. Molotov sent to try driving them away from corners. There's Crimbo about to challenge one close. Fasher sees him, gets that kill. And Farvenhawk almost getting tapped up through the smoke himself. 20 seconds left, bomb is on his back. He's trying to try and counter backstab the B site. But they're good for at least one trade. Pepsor will fall. 13 seconds now, and there's Mezzi. With that, he's sent down, of course, the players from nykytilan, as you would expect here, rocking the AWP, holding out ramp.
The Big could be a little bit quicker this time around with the util pop, trying to get into mid and into B quick.
Incendiary's held back. Fasher swinging, does not quite find vision. HGs are sent. Crimbo takes some damage, and the utility does tag up on Crimbo, who does force out a decent fight back at CT. That's a start for Big.
But they actually slow it down towards a mid-control and start lurking their way up towards the top of the B stairs. And Big try and cancel and try and see if they can bait a reaction. You've got a lurk still down from Keto towards a lower bomb site. You've got the likes of Keto even waiting to see if he can cut a rotate off Roy, thinking about a re-extension towards CT.
M4 trying to find an angle to play with. Of course, they didn't get that gun back on the T side, so they're still rocking the Tech 9s and Deagles. Working their way around towards the B play. You see Pepzor trying to take position alongside Mezzi, holding the mid control from Scaff. Also got Roy over on that B site. A dominated by Nikodos' Orb will just get that first shot, fall back for all the rotations.
Mezzi being able to spam up the first, and Pepzor, does this get cleared?
Not quite, not against Farvin. Crimbo falling. Trades a bit awkward from Pepzor. He misses out that spray, and Sin comes up with 2, but only 2. It's Keto versus 2, and needs to get the 2 headshots immediately on this Deagle. Sees that one player of Roy. Bomb will just about go down as Roy does not swing for the challenge. Shots not connected to the headshots either. Fnatic now in the pistol especially. Fnatic wrapping the corner. Mezzi's caught 2 frags already. Pepzor jumps the corner, and Keto doesn't stand a chance against 3.
That's one way to wake up as we go back into the game. And Crimbo to try and deny any accountability in the fast split, but it's just not happening. Fasher with another, Crimbo with a couple, but players all around. The USP's trying to get back in.
Ever so carefully. Tabson with the smoke. Mezzi. Little hell, Keto gets that 1 frag. Pepzor so quick to respond, and Tabson doesn't know where to look, doesn't know where they're coming in from. Needs that backup pretty quick here. Molly's sent, re-smokes back on. Flashes will come forward, and they'll force Big back.
And now it's just about getting the bomb down. Mezzi even looking up towards that headshot position. Sin's taking a lot of damage.
And so is Tabson to the blind sprays. He's still in the middle of the bomb site, though. Can he deny the bomb plant here? He might well do so. They're right up against each other. Player on the default position. Indeed, Pepzor will fall towards Tabson. That's massive for Big.
And Fasher's going to try and get it down again. Do they deny for a second time?
Plant on. No HEs, no close range positions. Flashbangs will come over for Tabson, trying to enable his teammates to get in, and Sin is going to drop. Back to evens will go, and Fasher is so blinded, but they can't capitalize upon it. M4 picked up, swing back to Farvin. Crimbo comes up to a 2-on-2. Mezzi now standing alone as Nikodos goes dropping, but so is Tabson. A 1-on-1 against 2 key elements of both sides. Tapped once, Tabson hunting for the pick back, but Mezzi catches him looking the wrong way.
That could just work off one another. We don't have a kill leader that's spreading by a country mile. It's very tight. And so is that shot from Fasher.
Roy can follow suit on Sin as well. Advantage Fnatic so easily gained. Big showing no resistance. Keto finally gets one back on that 5-7. Nikodos also falls to Farvin's M4. This is starting to stand up here a bit for Big. 3-on-3 scenario. Farvin up close and personal, but runs into Pepzor's spray. Loses life alongside Tabson. And Keto and AK has been picked up. But 9 HP to clutch a 1-on-3. And at this scoreline, maybe he has to go for it here.
I think you have to save, to be honest. I mean, 9 points of health. What are you working with? It's so limited. And even for Pepzor, I think he's been quite limited in this map. We haven't seen much from him. That round's vital, though. It's a 3v3. You're up against an eco. It's getting slightly out of control. And he gets you out of trouble. He gets you those couple of kills that open up the bomb site.
A 15th for Fnatic. Map points on Big's map pick. 11 of them to play with for the international team. And I imagine there'll be stern words with God being. Fight, which he doesn't to Mezzi, even up at 3-all.
And now they can start putting some pressure back onto Tabson. Has to relocate, get out towards a crane. Even Fasher starts retreating. And while that's happening, you start thinking, where can Farfan and Crimbo start to act? It's going to be in from behind.
I think they're aware of that backstab. You saw the one player of the T side looking towards that connected position. Tabson's backed away. M4 holding the side, but Farvin quickly closing in the backstab pincers. Mezzi's going to watch for it. No, he's not. Niko's going to get caught. Farvin with an all-important kill. Back to the advantage of Big here.
And that's going to send them up towards A. They need to try and put some pressure and try to get this bomb down.
Flash is sent ahead of the smokes. Fnatic trying to slow things down, trying to force some uncomfortability out of Big as Mezzi wins an important fight against Farvin. That's 2 for him in this round. Crimbo, they're aware of his position. They're tapping through that smoke. They haven't seen him, though. They'll check that corner. Mezzi wins the fight and everything. And now it's all on Tabson here. Backed up at the A site, seeing Fasher. Fasher saw him the same. But that bomb's for press back here in the corner. It might have to commit to A.
They've got so much time. They can work together. tabseN's got to deal with both players.
Starting to swing, sees one, but Messi domes him in with the headshot, and that is the most one-sided map we've seen here on this.
Out of the gate again, it's going to be quick.
Oh, this is so fast from Pepzor. First man in ahead of the flashbang. Glock pulled out. USB's against him. Farthen will get that first kill. That's a very good start. Needs a whole lot more alongside Kito's backup. Bomb gets dropped in the open. Fasher turns it to a 3-on-3 and looks towards the backside, but doesn't check. Toxic Sin still standing. And he gets them both. Nikodos now all alone, the 1-on-3. His Glock out, trying to find something here back towards Heaven. He will spot one, knows that Sin's still close, trying to isolate that pick and almost gets it, but not quite to be. It's a
give themselves some workability. Only 3 maps played in the last 3 months when it comes to their overpass. I look back to what we've seen against Sprout. How much can we draw on that yesterday? Again, Berry was the coach standing in on map number 1.
Lean forward for tabseN. So many players around this corner. Fine, Messi comes easy. Nikodos, similar story. Roy evades him, so no contact established on the third player. Been reduced by 2 anyway, and tabseN still hunting for more. Sees that third man. Quadra, not quite gained, but Quito able to at least give him a little bit of space back towards that Tico and control. That's a Quadra in the end of the rounds.
Have got even Quito very aggressive.
Roy smoke. Molotov sent. Quito barely misses out the frag. Roy's going to back off, getting the kill, but he's low HP.
Yeah, that's a missed opportunity. And now Fasher just opens up B.
Looking for the second on Crimbo and all. Lack of firepower, harming big in that one. It was a bonus round, so fair play. But it does mean Fnatic should get there first on the board, unless Farben and tabseN has something to say about that, and indeed they do. That's 2 to return.
Well, the bomb still hasn't crossed out for this monster position, but Messi can put the volley down. Farben's going to swing out in the open, just get denied from Pepzor, who lines up a couple. Him and
Pepzor tried to follow suit with a second, but got a lot more damage done towards him. The HG, however, takes Crimbo down at 18 points of health. Meanwhile, Nikodos and Messi striking out from Monster. Sin will go down. Crimbo's P250, getting Molotov away from ramp. 5-on-3 still for Fnatic. Big getting forced back here. Quito's recovered that M4. The scout's also on the way in. The AK and Nikodos spraying will catch Crimbo in the end. Now look up against that M4 again. Headshot, not quite gained. The spray doing damage to the body, and Quito wins the fight.
It's going to be an instant save, though. And knowing that Fasher can even start working up towards Connector, you wonder if there is going to be a slight hunt at all. And Fafen just trying to hope for an exit frag, something to present itself, but just being smoked off.
Yeah, no choice in the matter. Got to run away. Save his weapons. Quito. Fair amount of work done for him at 7 points of health, but nothing that will make a major difference here, as you mentioned. It is a safe call. Fnatic will have their second, but Big only really half bought into that round, right? It was only just the M4 and the Scout being brought into this round and just basic pistols around it. Not a lot of Kevlar in play. Oh, backed up. Perfect kill. Wonderful stuff from Roy, and setting up with a backstab towards the B side. 2 CTs to read it. Smoke comes in towards Heaven, blocking him off only for the moment, but pulling more attention for Fnatic away from this position. It works well for them. Crimbo falling next now. 2 players remaining for Big. Farben is pressed in the corner. Should not survive for much longer. Indeed, he doesn't. Fasher, 4 HP, but gets his kill in the round, and Sin in a 1-on-5.
And you know what I love in that round? Is it's not what we saw yesterday. It's not that hesitation, because there were a few rounds when we look at Fnatic against Astralis where they got a pick towards A, okay, we'll send it back up to Connector. We get a pick B, oh, let's start moving away. They commit with what they've got. They leave Roy's alert towards A, and he backstabs in from Heaven. I think that's something that Fnatic have changed from when they played Overpass against Astralis.
You can imagine that they spent the last night sort of thinking about that earlier on this morning in the afternoon in warm-up rooms and getting themselves G'd up with that knowledge.
Now, while that's happening, you can see the way that Fnatic is starting to peer a little bit more up towards the A site, taking that long control out for Nikodos, allowing Roy to get further aggressive from Divider. He was able to capture so much open space in that last round, and he's going to do it again.
That short challenge has done work onto Fnatic, though. 1 kill found, Fasher on 14 HP, Messi on 42 now. Sin and Crimbo have taken damage, sure, but they're still at just about half HP or above. Quito, similar story. Nikodos leading the charge in from long. It's going to be the 8 hit.
And they've passed that AWP back over to Fasher, knowing that he's low HP. Nikodos has already heard one of those jump faces.
Molotov's up. Nikodos making his way in with the AK. Wrapping over from Bank. Smoke sent up as Roy gets his kill. keto will drop. Advantage for Fnatic. Bomb goes down. tabseN trying to catch niko off guard. He transfers this way through the smoke as well, doing a ton of damage there onto the M4. Sin's forced to fall back. Crimbo's got nothing in this round. Decent efforts from Big, but Fnatic is still dominant.
And I think it shows even when there's chances, you still got to close the round. You still got to get that finishing blow forward. And this round streak is now turning into 4. And for Fnatic, it is a driving lead now. Remember back to that game against Astralis, 8 rounds on the T side is what was gained. A very similar marker and a similar scoreline of what we're seeing right now towards the end of the half.
Fnatic lead in as well. Look at this. And he gets Crimbo. There's your success. There's your answer. Nade's back against him. Low HP for him and for Roy. But still he charges forward into the hands of Sin, who will take it back to a 4-on-4. Farthen close to sight. Doesn't know that the bomb is up there just yet. It could get denied, but Mezzi's got him covered. All important frag.
And this has got to be an instant save. There should be no way back here. Love that positional advantage that Mezzi brings, because they know as soon as that bomb gets planted, they're going to peek. They're going to try and deny it from going down. You had Fasha and Mezzi ready for that adaptation, for that slight re-peek up from the pit angle.
It's 5 now for Fnatic. Big getting a pistol conversion and nothing else. The T's have been running riot here on Overpass. Where do you go from here for the Big side? I'm starting to get concerned that, again, you know, we just saw what happened on that first map, how easily Fnatic were able to take control, how little control they gave back to the Big side. I think he saw him, though. He saw him adjust his crosshair up, but indeed he's ready to clothesline Sin back as he swings out wide. 3-on-3.
Makes that look easy. And now tabseN's stuck out in the open because he doesn't know if he's being wrapped in behind.
He's concerned about that, but also focusing on the long control. They know that there must be presence up there. Jump face, looking on. Orpa just trying to spot. Ready for a swing of some kind. Smoke in the way, does cover off long for the time being.
And this is a very good read right now for Big. The way that they're positioning themselves, you've got keto towards the front side of the bathrooms, tabseN behind him, 2 on A. Now, Fasha's retaking some of this map presence. It comes down to how Mezzi is able to pull distractions with util towards long on A.
And whether they'll run past keto here could be a wild card if he goes unaccounted for. tabseN's Orb still watching play distraction. keto swings out wide and Fasha gets the kill pretty easy. tabseN, that's a stellar headshot. 2-on-2 to find. Backups on the way of Crimbo. Incendio back towards long. That will suppress Mezzi. niko's coming in from mid though, and tabseN gets flashed off blinded, enabling Mezzi to go quick in for that kill. Crimbo back in with a one-on-one. The Orpa so close, and around the corner niko gets caught in the jump, and Crimbo can clutch it. One of the young guns for Big. Quick in with the Orpa. niko trying to challenge the Orpa. Your battle sees his man, takes a premature shot though, trying to rest back through the smoke for the cover. Nothing around him. Fasha found in the open kill on towards keto is going to be a positive start for Fnatic, but tabseN is still hunting for niko here. They're surrounded and suppressed. tabseN does go down to the end. Farthen's back is turned towards the short control. Looking in for Fasha in con. Just makes it an easy 3K.
They just look unsettled, Jay. Look at that round. There's panic. There's repositions. And there's deaths. Pepsor losing the fight out to Crimbo, but Mezzi comes out.
Main forward contact to the B hit. It's coming in from Fnatic. Crimbo caught next. The flash placement so perfect on Fnatic. Even niko's almost catching one through the smoke. Sin was close to that shot, bringing right past his ear. Bomb goes down, and this will be 6 for Fnatic.
And if we look LAN,
it's forced forward to the CT side, though. He's going to try to deal with 2 players, baiting in the shots of the M4. Know that they're going to regress here. Shots ringing in. Sin gets caught. Second player seen with a pistol. Fasha knows that he's probably going to grab that M4. Farthen trying to fight back here. Roy, awkward spray in mid, just come up against tabseN next. And Farthen is now going to be sandwiched in, surrounded by T-side forces. Gets that 1 kill. Incendiary sent to his general direction. Fasha struggling to deal with the firing squad and will go down.
Now this is actually looking quite contagious in this sort of round with how much can get gained. And Big have been able to pick up weapons. They've been able to put some fights down. The problem is the reposition. It's going to take them quite a while to get back over to A.
Only with those 2 rifles as well. Could have been nice to have keto on the third, and even he was low HP alongside Farthen. The AK back on Crimbo. And Roy, look at how far he's extended here against the CT forces. Knows exactly where they're coming from as well. keto will play bait. Will go falling. Trade from Farthen, not even possible. And Crimbo, similar stance, no trades, and no clutch for him.
And think about what this would mean for guys like a Roy and a niko to make that call, to jump away from the Danish scene and into the international one. to come through with the final. Crimbo actually might be out of some leverage.
Had one clutch before, knows exactly where the AWP is, almost catching nykytilan off, knows that AWP is right in, smoke on a bomb, can stick the whole thing. nykytilan, is he making his movement forward? It seems like he is, tapping through, knife is pulled, spray comes out and does that damage. 5-7 pull around the corner, and Crimbo's caught the kill, but without a kit, without time even with one, he... Back up even more so, Incendiary's up. Try and force Pepsor back, no smoke in his pouch, so can't really defend against that. Takes a lot of damage as well. Wallbang's coming in, 10 HP, and he's dead.
And Crimbo again, showing us the goods. nykytilan hoping for a trade back, a regroup out to B. Fnatic down in a 3v5. This is a very uncomfortable position for the international squad.
40 seconds for the hit. Fnatic flashed in, Mezzi still caught, Dink down, but Farman's still blinded. Sin with a trade on 2, drops the bomb. And Big are starting to find their form once again. They should take this round, they will take this round. But it's a case of the follow-up. That's where they fell short last time.
nykytilan just trying to see if he can hold on to that AK or at least look for some more exit damage. He could get hunted.
Made it. One trade, but dead to the hands of Sin.
Crimbo, Keto in fact, out towards a long control, loses to Mezzi, but it's still a lack of information, only spots one.
Advantage still being with Fnatic in the man play though. Taps forward from Sin, trying to look for the next man. He saw him, sees 2 more in mid, now realize how pressured he really is. Back up on the backstabs, coming in relatively soon, but Sin does get caught alongside Crimbo. Tabson is now all alone for a clutch for the big star player of Big to come up. But he's not doing anything, he's falling back and saving.
And this is where things just get so uncomfortable. You won the pistol, you won the anti-echo, but from that point onwards, rounds have not come in succession. And Tabson will do his best to hold on to the AWP, and probably will do. But for Fnatic, they could be looking down another 11-4 half.
Entirely possible. Pretty likely as well. Again, Big gaining 1 round, knocked back, and now about to lose their AWP as well. Roy creeping in closer and closer. How much does he want to get out of this? Let's focus on the kill. Wait and bait, slow but sure. Orc does find the frag, so Tabson turns around in time. It's encouraging to keep that weapon in play, do damage to Fnatic. Watching M4 swing in, spray through, Pepsor is caught. That's Crimbo with a start, with a very fast play for the rest of Fnatic. Roy with a decent trade to respond through the smoke. Up against Farben at point-blank range. Knocks him out hard, and a triple foul towards Sin. Keto drops as well. And Big are just decimated by Fnatic.
Roy, what a monster. Again, one of the highest rated players of the event. Averages a 1.21 rating on Overpass in the last 3 months. We saw what he was able to do against Astralis. We saw what he was able to do at map number 1. And just ripping. Just entry galore. And think about the path that he takes. He comes out towards the smoke, gets on top of the toxic barrels, and just point blank is able to fire so much damage off. What an incredible triple.
Incredible 9th. Fnatic. Just looking great, looking utterly fantastic and Big. I honestly don't know how you...
From being able to make that a possibility of winning the entire thing.
Pepsor and Crimbo back and forth. Keeping even trades towards that B site. Molotov sent up as Fasher checks the line. The AK holding. The Orpa Tabson looking for more. Catching Roy next. Mezzi will fall to Crimbo. Bit more action coming the way of Big as Fasher tries to trade it back, unsuccessful in doing so. nykytilan, similar story towards Long, does find Tabson in the end. A reface might come through from the CT side, but he backs off as Fasher looks for another good fight. Back his turn. Oh, he still gets Crimbo. Fasher looking aggressive for another headshot. Sinned against. Keto all alone now. And Fasher, imagine he gets this 3K. Imagine he does.
Keto just trying to jiggle, just to look for information out from heaven. You got a player back behind the pillar position, a matter of time.
Swinging for it, M4 didn't see him. Looking around the corners of the pillar, making noise, now he's revealed. Fasher starts to make the move, Keto's back might be turned. See into the spray, distraction gain, nykytilan now on the site. Burst back forward, it's out in the open, tag up, damage done. Keto out of time. And niko's to close. Nade stacks, do catch Sin as well. Big cannot catch a break. Leaning forward to the AK. Fasher does get caught back with that one decent kill. Information called out. He struggles with the kill bag. 2 to find. Unawares of the second player though. He must know now the flashbang keeps him blinded, but Farben does not peek for it, and Pepsil's allowed the easiest kill in the world. Keto now all alone, far away from any action. And it'll be a second 11-4 in the grand finals for Fnatic.
What a performance from Fnatic again. Map number 1, map number 2. They've been rock solid. And their first halves, Jay, they're just special.
They really are. Big. Looking real small right now. Keto especially. The small weapon. Dead. 11-4 for Fnatic. We might be heading to a very rapid finish in the grand finals.
All regroup.
Roy, first contact, Tabson takes him down. Mezzi comes back with 2 though. Headshots for days. And now Fasher on the defensive gets one of his own. niko provides support from Shaw, and Sid is all on his own. Another lost pistol. I believe 4 for 4 for Fnatic now. And a hard stack towards the B side, which is where Big are leaning to.
Oh, this could be quite quick. Farfen is indicating that this is going to be a pop.
Smokes in, swing out, drive from Sin, still gets the kill, double up, good line, the triple Fasher gets 2 deagle shots back, alongside niko's, trades from Tabson and Keto, keep the line held, and it's all on Mezzi, a 1-on-2 for Fnatic. Tabson is low, he'll come easy, Keto also falls to the deagle, still a Fnatic! AK holding, jumping, scene 1. Looking around the corner for the lineups. Roy holds his 2K, niko's with 1. And Big lose most of their guns. Sin and Keto, last 2 remaining. Even the nade bounces back, hitting the light post. And over towards bench, it does absolutely nothing for the T side.
Fnatic are just here in numbers. Even a backstab coming through from Pepsil. There's no chance here from Big.
Yeah, good, nice, sweet Prince. All down to timing. Keto, not going to get detected as of right now. He has been seen here by Pepsil. Still hunting for the pick back eventually. Spray through, he's down. Sin alone of the round. Incendiary sent towards him, the AK. Trying to get something to return. But there is nothing in this round for Big. It will be 14-5 for Fnatic. Only 2 more rounds to go to claim the trophy.
Sin just hoping he could deal with Pepsor on the other side of this smoke, but the MP9 is going to catch him. The stair.
Stacking towards Connector, sprayed down by Mezzi already.
Sees a lot, knows what's going on. Incendiary placement is good, that has to cancel.
Fasher backs up backside. Pepsor also with support sprays a bit awkward, comes up against the first, second, third and fourth with a collateral and another ace for Pepsor. He did it yesterday, he'll do it today.
Keto out the other side, we'll think about a dual peak. They've got to try and work together on this.
Roy, Crimbo's back's turned. Oh no, he gets him. Swings around towards that short control, doesn't quite spot the man there though. 5-on-4 for Fnatic still.
And Roy might have to keep fighting. You've got Keto up towards that top right-hand side. AK comes out, and Roy still comes through.
The birthday boy with a double, Fashion with a follow-up. Tabson trades it, Farben gets nothing, and Tabson stands alone, a clutch it, which he just can't do. It's 16 for 5, and Fnatic don't even miss a beat, don't break a sweat against Big. They are your champions.